Okay, pick up. Pass. Okay, no. Yes. Oh, Rappi. This is the worst rugby championship I've ever watched. This has been the best rugby championship I've ever watched. The games have been impossible to predict and the refs have made a farce of every match in the competition. The games have been impossible to predict and every team has looked like the best and the worst in the competition. The calls made by officials from game to game have been of the lowest standard. The chess games between teams from match to match has been of the highest standard. This is the me I'm choosing. It's better for my overall health. Bledisloe Thursdays are also good for my health. I love them now. Nothing like working while watching an ultra entertaining and bizarre rugby match unfold on monitor too. Okay, so I know I'm always trying to focus on the rugby rather than the ref, but that decision at the end really did kind of cap off a stinker for Reynal. Yes, he is French, so technically he is human, which means human mistakes and poor snap judgments sometimes. Those human qualities meant that grub Swain never left the field and his grub karma came back to bite the Wallabies at the end. I just wish the form that karma took wasn't such a bitter pill to swallow. Anyway, the rugby. Let's rather talk about how Rob Valentini has become the ball-carrying monster I've always been hoping for. Add in the mobile Pete Samo and the young Fraser McWright, and I think the Wallabies have a back three worth investing in. Nick White, Andrew Kellaway and Marika Korembete are also starters for me now. Just drop that thug Swain before he costs another player their livelihood. Now, I don't usually swear, but what a piece of shit, honestly. The All Blacks are looking better as well. But they are truly back in the pack with the rest of us unwashed peasants these days. They can cut you to ribbons, sure, but a good kicking game and dominant carries will open them up as well. Inexperience in the front row and the wings is their biggest work on, and we all know how to fix that. Time. Now they all head to Eden Park, the All Black fortress, for a final showdown. We can all be sure that the Wallabies will be frothing to get the win. With the way that this year's games have been played on emotion, Reynal might have already sealed the All Blacks' fate. Probably not. Okay, let's calm down a bit, shall we? Bring things down to earth, down into the mud, where the Springboks manhandled the Pumas into a bonus point victory. It started off pretty good for the visitors, running out to a 6-22 point lead by half time. The Pumas could not get their hands on the ball, and when they did, it was while getting smashed by Bok defenders. In their other attempts to get the pull, they would just bleed penalties, and the Springboks just used that to march their way up the field. Then the second half happened. The Boks discipline flew out the window and the cards flowed like solitaire. Once the Boks went down to 13 men, the Pumas scored 2 tries and got within 2 points. The crowd was singing, the sun was shining, and rugby was the winner. When the visitors got back to 15, normal order resumed. The power went back up and the Allender and Marks scored the all-important tries that led to the bonus point. The final points margin was the same as the halftime one, so nothing to panic about. The return fixture is back here in Durban, the worst place to play rugby in South Africa, especially if your goal is to score lots and lots of points to make up points differences. There is also the small matter of the fly-off position for the Springboks. Pollard is injured again, Alton is in the dog box, and Damian Willemse has 2 different sized pupils. It falls on Frans Steyn to be the 10. As mentioned by Jared Wright, the last time Frans Steyn started at 10, the housing market crashed. The iPhone 3G had just launched, Morné Steyn had not debuted for the Boks, and Thabo Mbeki was still president. It's long ago. Okay, now just let the news wash over you. It's easier if you just accept it. Let's go through some other rugby results on the weekend. Taranaki beat Manawatu. Benetton smashed Glasgow. Counties lost to Canterbury. Auckland beat Tasman. Hawke's Bay lost to Wellington. Saints beat London Irish. Bath lost to the Sharks. Saracens beat the Harlequins. Tigers beat the Falcons. Bristol destroyed the Wasps. Leinster had a scare at Zebre. Cardiff beat Munster. The Bulls walloped the Lions. Scarlets and the Ospreys had a draw. Yucky. Edinburgh minced the Dragons. Ulster beat Connacht. Bordeaux beat Castres. Montpellier beat Brive. Racing won against Lyon. Beat Bayonne. Rochelle dominated Perpignan. Beat Toulouse. Otago beat Waikato. Bay of Plenty. North Harbour beat Northland. Chiefs beat Warriors. And Toulon beat Clermont. Goodness me, that's a lot of rugby. Think I'll just have to focus on the Urk later on. What else? The Aussies are still super pissed about Reynal. They have logged an official complaint with World Rugby saying the refs are overbearing, blah 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 blah. The other fallout from that test is that thug Swain has been called to a disciplinary hearing. He will have to explain his actions after tearing Quinn Tupaya's ACL to shreds in a ruck during the game. I foresee a long ban incoming. And like winds and rain erode the mountains to dust, so shall Ninaber announce a Bok team on Tuesdays. Pretty good squad as always. The back three look especially tasty, and I am hyped for Argentina to come on in the second half. 6-2 split again though, so a bit risky. And that was the rugby update for this week. I will see you all next week when we can bask in the glow of a Rugby Championship win for the Springboks. I hope. More than anything, I hope.